Today is Christmas Eve of 2024, and the market closed early today. It closed around 1 p.m. Eastern, I want to say. And even though I am still down on my all-time chart, today was a pretty good day for me, up 4.3%, about down a little bit after hours, but basically 4% today. That is on a day where the NASDAQ is also up 1.3. And if we take a look at my year-to-date chart, it seems like I will be closing at around 128%. We still have a few more days left in the year, so that could change, but so far it is 128 year-to-date. Over the past year, it's 123, and of course, all-time is 175. And if we take a look at the NASDAQ year-to-date, it's about 30.59%. So it has been a pretty good year for me. But the one thing I am still disappointed about is there's only a few days left in the year, and Robinhood did say that tax slots were going to be rolled out this year. And even though they did announce it, I'm still waiting for the tax slots to hit my account. Now, if it ends up not rolling out this year, obviously, I'm not going to sell my Robinhood shares, but I will be slightly disappointed both as a Robinhood user and a shareholder because they have so many cool features coming out and that they announced, but they still haven't hit my account yet. I still don't know when I'm going to get my gold card and all that. So it is slightly underwhelming, and the hype is somewhat fizzled, not too much. I still expect the Robinhood gold card to be my primary credit card when it eventually gets to me. It's just kind of sucky waiting so long for it and waiting for all these really cool features that I want to try out to hit my account. Now, with that being said, I did make some moves both yesterday and today. So I did end up selling an E8 put option that expires January 17th for $100, and after fees it's about 99 something. I did also receive a TLT dividend, and I started a brand new position in a somewhat speculative oil and gas play. Now, I believe it's undervalued, and anybody that checked my X account, I did have a post about this stock. It does look really good on the long-term time frames, and also financially. They are trading near book value, I want to say. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I do have the post on my X. And I want to say that their free cash flow per share is around $6. So keep in mind, their per share price is $30 and their free cash flow per share is $6. So that's like, what, a 20% free cash flow yield, which is insane. And correct me if I'm wrong, but these last few years, that's also been going up. And I want to say they did issue a little bit of shares, but if they can continue this growth per share, even though they're issuing shares, just imagine what the growth would be if they stopped issuing shares. Now, the reason why I say it's speculative is because it is a fairly small company. I want to say it's like 600 million, like not even $1 billion company. It is down pretty bad on the all-time charts, and this stock has basically gone nowhere. I want to say 10 to 20 years, it's gone nowhere. So the only return that shareholders have been seeing is that dividend. And I want to say the dividend is a more recent thing too. So it is a small company and it's somewhat speculative, but I just wanted to start a position because I am liking what I'm seeing. I also ended up closing the EA put option a little bit too early. So I made about $29, I want to say. Now, it did end up closing at around $50, so I could have made an extra, $20 today, but I just wanted to get that out of the way and repay my 14 grand of margin, because keep in mind, to sell a secured put on a $140 stock, you need about 14 grand. So I did just go ahead and take my very small profit because there's only a few trading days left in the year, and that doesn't mean I'm bearish on EA. I would still like to buy a lot more EA. It's just my money is spread out so thin right now because there's so many stocks that I want to buy. It's just there's so much to buy and not enough capital to buy it with. And of course, I do have a very small QQQ dividend coming, and it also seems like I'm going to have a good start to next year with a very big Nike dividend and a Pepsi dividend. So we're starting things off right next year. And of course, today Robinhood is 4.5%, Nike is flat, Palantir 2%, Pepsi 1%, Tesla 7.8%, TLT basically flat, PayPal up 1.2%, which is interesting. I'll touch on that in just a moment. Honest is up 3%, SoFi up 2%, American Express 1.5%. Now, I did hear about this Honey scam, and Honey is a subsidiary of PayPal. And the reason why I am not too worried about this is because, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Alex Chris first came on to PayPal, I think he did mention that a lot of the older businesses and other subsidiaries that PayPal had are either going to be sold off, discontinued, or whatever. Like PayPal is going to be much slimmer, much more efficient, much more focused. So I think that the market had already discounted this when the CEO change happened, and I want to say maybe it was 2 years where the stock was basically flat, did nothing, and it was trying to price in all this new information. And let's be honest, I don't think PayPal needs Honey. I've never used Honey, so if any of you guys have used Honey before, please comment down below. Let me know what like your experience is. But the PayPal app right now, if anybody uses it, you'll notice that they have their own reward system that is so much better than what it used to be. Like, I have actually seen much more effort be put into the PayPal app and the shopping experience on the app directly. So I don't think users will have to download Honey or try and use Honey to get those reward points or discount codes, whatever, because all of that is going to be in the PayPal app itself, I believe. And for now, obviously, I'm not going to sell my PayPal shares. I'm just going to hold on to what I have, and I'm just going to trust the system, trust what Alex Chris has planned, because he does seem like he's a man on a mission. Now, going into next year, anybody that has seen my previous videos will pretty much know where my head is in terms of price targets on all of my holdings. But for anybody that is new and just now watching this, I'll just kind of give a brief summary. So for Robinhood, I still think Robinhood has the potential to hit $50 per share next year. Nike, I still think Nike can hit 88, 90, around there. And then once they hit 90, they'll hit 100. And eventually, I believe Nike can get back to 120. Now, Palantir is the one that I have been avoiding because this stock could literally go anywhere. Like, Palantir has the potential to tag 100, but they also have the potential to go all the way back down to, I want to say 60 or 50. So I don't want to give like a solid price target. And for me, even though it is my number 3 holding, it's not a whole lot compared to where my Robinhood position is or my Nike position. So even if Palantir does go down, it's not going to affect me as much because I am a long-term shareholder. And like I said, it's only a little bit of money that I had in it. If we look at my total return, most of my Palantir position is profit. Palantir wasn't always my number 3 position. It just grew into it. So yeah, like I said, Palantir could easily go to 100 or it could go all the way back down to 60. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Pepsi, I could see it going back to 170. Tesla, similar to Palantir, I'm just going to avoid that one because that stock could literally do whatever it wants. And TLT, I actually did used to have price targets on TLT, but man, like this thing has been going everywhere. The treasury market in general has been going everywhere. So I do think TLT could hit 100 next year. It's just, do I really want to put more money into it and suffer that opportunity cost when there are so many other stocks that I want to buy? That's kind of where my head is and where I'm conflicted in terms of TLT. But PayPal, I could easily see it going back to 100. Honest, I could easily see that hit 10. And SoFi, of course, a lot of people have price targets at 20, and that's also kind of where I'm seeing.